Hey guys, what's going on? Another truck, or actually another engine I should say. This is in a bus. So I'm working on a little bus here that they brought us, and I'm getting some different codes that are popping up. One of the many codes, let me see if I can kind of open up the light here a little bit, show you guys what's going on. So I've got a Cummins, it's an ISX12. I don't know if you can see that there. There's not a lot of light in here because we're inside the bus, so we're in one of the bays. I'm getting a couple different codes. First code I'm getting is a crankcase pressure fault code. And as you can see, I've got a lot of shit going on here. So, number one, when you get a code like that, you have your crankcase filter. Okay, sometimes it's located up in the front, sometimes it's on top, and this one just happens to be on the left side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and remove the crankcase pressure sensor, remove the housing, the cover, and then look inside there. Sometimes you have a maintenance-free one, which means it's not serviceable. It's just like a plastic housing and there's really nothing in there. However, sometimes you're gonna have an actual filter in there. So if this has the filter inside of it, what we have to do now is replace the filter. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna replace it with. This battery seems to be dying on me here. There we go. All right, so looks like somebody already tinkered with it. We've got some clamps that are moved around, and that's about it. So what I'm gonna do right now is grab some tools. This looks like an 8mm. We're gonna pop this shit off. This is an Ellen. We're gonna take this off. And let's go ahead and get into it and see what the hell's going on. I've got a little bit of oil kind of leaking around here. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. So anyway, I'm gonna mount the camera. I'm gonna grab my tools, mount the camera, take this shit apart and see what we find. And I'll show you guys kind of what to look for and go from there. All right, guys, so unfortunately that's probably all the light I'm gonna get in there. So I'm gonna use my headlamp. I'm gonna take some shit out of the way. First thing first, this little clip, or this sensor has a little clip. You're gonna see that there. It's got a little red safety clip. You're gonna push that over. Pretty simple. You're gonna push this down and then that sensor should pop out. There we go. All right, no oil, that's a good sign. You can take the sensor out last, but what I wanna do right now is I kind of wanna concentrate on taking out this cover. If you can notice over here, again, that clamp has already been removed. So I'm not gonna use my metric, I'm gonna use 5/16, and let's take this thing out.
You're gonna have a few more of these little bolts back here on the other side, so you might need an extension, which is probably what I'm gonna need right now, because this is definitely not gonna work for me. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3. This should just kind of come right out. I don't want to actually take this out. I should be able to hopefully kind of get up and out and clear it, and then we'll see what's going on inside. So for what I'm going to do right now is see if I can just do this without getting an extension and going from there. So.
Enough. I hope that should clear. And you know what? Hold on, guys. I might be struggling here a little bit. I'm probably gonna need a screwdriver over here to kind of loosen this up and push this hose back. You're gonna notice that usually nothing holds it in place, but just so I don't mess anything up. Yeah, see, I gotta get some stuff out of the way to get some clearance. So let me go grab some tools. I'm gonna stop being lazy and do this shit right. So I'll be back. All right, guys, so again, not the best lighting, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on this shit and get this thing out. So what I'm gonna do is loosen this up so I can move this cable up and out of the way. I might need to get these little brackets out of the way.
Hopefully not. Let's just kind of do what we need to do to get this shit going. So, here it goes. That's it. Yeah, all right, cool. Loose. There we go. So now... fuck. All right, try to be cute and everything here, guys. It ain't fucking working. Let me grab some tools. Let's do this shit right. The way. Oops, all right. Let's see here. Yeah. All right, guys, that kind of helped out a little bit. I don't know. Let's find out. Now, I gotta separate this. So I'm gonna have to go ahead, if you can see that over here on this side, I'm gonna have to separate that hose just a little bit, get a screwdriver, pry it out, in case anything's gonna happen to that hose. Every once in a while they break, but no big deal, you can always replace those. We're gonna pull this cover out, inspect, clean it up, replace the sensor, and go from there. There's one. Let's see. I can go ahead and get this cover off. So, you know, it is what it is, guys. Is in the way. Jesus. There we go. Alright, there we go. So now, got some clearance. Let's get this shit out of the way. And see if I can get this cover off. There we go.
All right, cover's off as you can see, and let's see what it says on here. Just got some specs, part numbers, shit like that. So here is our crankcase filter, if you guys can see that. If not, I'll take it outside so we can still get a better look at it. And you can feel it. This thing's heavy. It's got a lot of oil on it. Definitely you're gonna find that when you are using engines that have a lot of idle time. So, all right guys, so got the filter out inside. Let me show you guys with the camera. Hopefully you guys can see. There's nothing in there other than it's just a housing. So as you can see, it's gonna allow the breathing of the engine off the valve cover. It's going to kind of work its way down, and any oil will drain back into the engine itself. I usually just give this a nice little wipe down. Okay guys, here we go. Some better lighting. I took everything out, so this way you're not going to be inside the truck there, or the bus. This is your crankcase ventilation filter. That's the part number. Here is your pressure sensor. That is the part number. Okay. This is your filter itself. You're gonna notice, just honestly, once you take it out, you're gonna feel how heavy it is and versus how light it is. I mean, quite the difference when you're gonna have one that's new versus obviously one that's kind of filled up. And there's the part number on there. I don't even know if it's the same. It actually is the same, but again, keep in mind, things supersedes, things will always change. So next, here is the cover, and here is your pressure sensor. So we're gonna replace both things. Pressure sensor with this one, crankcase with that one. Put it all back together. I'm gonna fire it up right now. I'm gonna test. Code should go inactive, so we don't have this code anymore. All right, so again, new one. You're gonna notice, look at that, nice, pretty. You will feel the difference. Again, when you have units like this that are heavy idle time, low mileage, things are gonna get, you know, they're gonna get messed up a lot faster. So anyway, like I said, new one's gonna go in right now. What I like to do is write the date on there. So today is the 21st, 21 May 2024. That's the date. I'm gonna put the unit number. What is this number right here? 4695. So SD 4695. So let's get this in right now. Let's swap out that sensor, clean this up a little bit, and test. Okay, sensor is out. That cost me a little bit. This is the old one. It actually broke. It was stuck inside the housing. Here is the new one, so you can take a look at that. I usually just like to put a little bit of lube or a little bit of grease around the O-ring. It literally just pops right in. You're gonna use that little bolt to secure it, put everything back, and then test and go from there. So let's go ahead and get that done. I'm not going to show you the entire process as far as lubing and putting it all together, but I'm going to try and show you as best I can the process of putting it back over there. So stand by. All right guys, let's go. We're going to go ahead and connect to this unit. First thing first, plug in. You're going to need your Insight software. I'm going to hook all that up. I'm going to show you guys what we find and what we need to go from there. Alrighty guys, so we are connected officially to this MCI bus. It has the ISX12. We've got 258,000 miles, and we've got a bunch of other shit kind of going on here. So I'm not worrying about all this just yet. I'm going to fire it up in a second. What I want to do is connect. What is this going on here? Unexpected error, da 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 da. All right, anyway, the Cummins Insight program works a lot slower, at least initially once it connects to the program. Detroit's a little bit faster. Packer's not bad. So anyway, let this connect and I'll go from there. All right guys, so I figured out why I had a bunch of different weird errors. A lot of these buses have some manual switches at the rear of the bus that allow you to control the power, the run, rear run, forward or front run. And it's kind of a safety thing, but it also lets you kind of work the truck from the rear by the engine. So I didn't have that on. I still got a low air situation, but that's just because the truck's been off for a while or the bus has been off for a while. I am able to connect to my Insight. Let's see if I can turn on a light up here. Jesus, hold on guys, I'm not familiar with this bus at all. Hold up guys. Nope. Nope. Nope, that ain't it. These things have fucking switches like an airplane, good lord. There we go. A little more helpful. Hopefully this will show you guys what's going on. I'm just gonna put this camera. It's not really a good angle now, is it? Jesus. Let's see here. Hold on guys, hold on. Trying to work my magic and show you guys what's going on. So again, lets you create an instance or an image. We're going to use the old image for now. Click on OK. Click on OK again. It's going to connect. It takes a few seconds. Sometimes it's pretty fast, which is rare. Go to your upper left where it says fault codes, and we're going to go ahead and maximize our screen. Now again, we didn't address the other issues that we have, like the injectors. However, so injector 1, we have solenoid, injector solenoid driver 1, injector driver solenoid 6, and number 4. We also had these crankcase filter or pressure sensors, whatever those are. I'm not going to worry about those right now. What I want to do is simply fire this up, but I'm going to make sure nobody's back there really quick, so stand by, guys. All right, let me go check. Hold up.
All right, guys, so
Hopefully there. Let's fire it up. Hopefully we got this going. Oh, fuck, come on. All right, there we go, guys. So sorry about that. I forgot these have a little. They have a bunch of safety switches that you need to work on before you can actually start up the engine right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check to make sure that these codes do not come back. Okay, ejector codes, different video, different situation. Right now we're just working on fault code 555 FMI 13 or SPN 555 13, 556 FMI 2. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm way off here. Sorry, guys. Fault code, and this is the count. So count 13, 556, count 2. So that's kind of what it shows you on the inside side of things, which is nice. Right now, again, just started it up. I still got the lights on, but that's going to be, again, because of these 3 bad boys up here. So we're not going to worry about those just yet. Right now, I want to make sure that these codes down here, the crankcase, do not come back. So if they don't come back, then I know we've done the right job by replacing the filter and the sensor. So stand by, guys, let this thing warm up, let the air pressure build up, and we're going to do some really quick testing on this thing and see where it goes. Okay, guys, we're back. Truck has been running for a few minutes. Still not hot enough yet. It's maybe about 100 degrees or so. So for now, this code hasn't come back at all, which is a good thing. Last time I checked it, this code popped up right away once I got the truck running and getting it hot. Right now, again, it's only about 100 degrees, so I'm going to wait until the temperature gets to about 150, maybe 160, because what I want to do, just for testing purposes, is I want to go over to my ECM diagnostic side. I'm going to open that up, and then I want to go here to the fuel injector performance test. Okay, I'm going to click on next, and if I'm not mistaken, it does need to be a certain temperature. I don't quite remember. Bear with me here. Yeah, it might be. I don't know. Yeah, it's only about 100 degrees, so I'm gonna let it warm up and I'll keep you all posted. Okay, guys, we're about 125, but I still don't think it's hot enough to try the test. The computer, yeah, there we go, coolant temperature, not hot enough. So I can't run the test yet as far as a cylinder performance test. It's one of my favorite or go-to tests when I work on a Cummins ISX12, X15, any of that shit. I like using that particular one on here. So again, as of now, that code has not come back. That code has not come back. There we go. And these 3 are going to be there active. So I'm going to leave those for now. I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to grab some lunch, come back, and again, that's pretty much a successful test from there. The other 3 on the top, you know what? Let's clear those codes. Hold on, guys. Let's clear that. Okay, guys, we're back again. So these things are a little temperamental when you're actually running and working on these things. There we go. So I got the lights on. Hopefully this will help you guys out. I'm going to clear this code. Actually, I'm going to clear all of them. You're going to see, even though these are active, they will go clear, but they will return again later when the conditions are not correct. However, I'm just doing that so I can verify the crankcase stuff, which I'm pretty sure that crankcase stuff's not going to come back. Do you want to reset the codes? Click on yes. It's going to tell you to turn off the ignition. It's gonna do a 100-second countdown, turn off the ignition, click on OK. All right, gotta wait 100 seconds, come back, cycle the key back on, it'll save it, it'll show you that, and the code should be all gone. Again, doesn't mean the injectors are fixed, so don't think that's been done already, okay? That's not what I'm worried about right now. So 3, 2, 1, cycle the key, click on OK. So let's do it again. Okay, all done. All right, codes are all gone. So for now, guys, I'm gonna shut the video down. Hope this helps you guys out. So if you have anything like that, potentially that's where you want to start with the sensor and that crankcase filter or the ventilation filter, whatever they call it nowadays. And that's pretty much that, guys. So again, like always, all I ask, if you like the videos, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a subscribe. Helps out a lot. Appreciate it. Have a great day.